I was saving this video for a day when I needed an easy video, and today's that day. It's not very Christmassy, but I'm gonna show you the movie soundtracks that I have on vinyl. I apologize for the shaky video, but so I've got The Holiday, which you've already seen. And that was on the white vinyl. Charlie's Angels soundtrack on picture disc. I'm not really fond of picture disc, but this is what I ended up with. So, but I do love this soundtrack, even though it has a lot of Ariana Grande. It's Bitten soundtrack. I love this movie. I love this soundtrack. This is actually the first thing I listened to when I got the new turntable, and it sounded awesome. Cocktail. What Starship song is on this? I absolutely hate the Beach Boys song. Kokomo. Yep, that's the one I hate. Smokey and the Bandit 2. Let's see. I don't know what's on this. I think there's a Burt Reynolds song on here, isn't there? Okay, Let's Do Something Cheap and Superficial. It's also got Tulsa Tom by Don Williams, which may be the only song I know. Peggy Sue Got Married. I started rewatching this movie, and I really liked the score, so I found the soundtrack, and I haven't finished the movie yet, but I do like this movie. And I don't believe I've listened to this soundtrack yet. I think it does have part of the score and then some songs. Okay, not a movie soundtrack, Broadway, but Wicked. I love Wicked. Have not listened to this yet. I did have a DVD of, I think it was Kristen Chenoweth's last performance on Broadway, so it was a really good performance. My Bloody Valentine. Also haven't listened to this. Music by Paul Zaza. I say he also did Prom Night. And what else? What else did he do? Popcorn, one of my absolute favorite horror movies. So I had to pick this up. It cost a pretty penny. And I believe it's on white and yellow vinyl. Like it's supposed to be buttered popcorn or something. I don't really care for that. You know what this is? It's the soundtrack to Coven, which is the movie by the dude in American Movie, that documentary. I don't know how you pronounce it, Mark Borchardt. But this is the soundtrack to his movie, short film, whatever, Coven. Runaway, music by Jerry Goldsmith. Haven't listened to this yet. Love the movie. I just mostly got it because the cover was cool. Oh, look at Tom Selleck. Oh, and I want like a replica of one of those little spider robots. Those are cool. Now we are starting in to the soundtracks of movies starring Jodie Foster. So we've got Silence of the Lambs. I love this soundtrack, but I haven't opened this vinyl yet. Tom Sawyer. I have not seen this in years. Foxes. I think this has a lot of good stuff on it, but I haven't listened to it yet. Sad movie though. Carney. I think I listened to part of this. I do like this movie, kind of a drama, but it's got Robbie Robertson from The Band. I really only know one song by them, which I don't know, is it Take a Load Off Annie or Fanny? Because it kind of runs together. Stealing Home, music by David Foster, and then also a bunch of songs from 50s, 60s. Those look like 50s, right? Does this take place in the 50s? I would have loved to have this soundtrack back in the day, because I think I had a cassette where I recorded it like from the TV. Streets of Fire. Now we're getting into the Michael Paré movies. Love this soundtrack. Haven't watched the movie in a while. I need to watch it. Eddie and the Cruisers, classic. John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. I had these on cassette. Streets of Fire and Eddie and the Cruisers. Then we got Eddie and the Cruisers 2. I actually prefer this movie, but I haven't watched the first one in a long time. And lastly, The Philadelphia Experiment, which is the first movie that I saw Michael Paré in, or at least that I noticed him in. I'm saying his name wrong because it's like Paré, but I've always said Paré, so I don't know the composer on this. Anyway, there you go. That's the soundtracks that I own on vinyl, and that's probably all I'll ever own on vinyl. Yeah, cheers. Thanks a lot.